It's week 2 of the 2023 season, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Packers and the Bears under the lights on Thursday night.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Fields it right around the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I think the hope was to let him sit and learn for a bit, but he was thrown right into the fire in week 1. Now we'll see what kind of lessons he's learned as he prepares for his second start in the NFL.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Second and 4. And this one complete to Reed. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll look to throw now on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they played much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
This one swung out here to Jones. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll find Jones again, complete. I think he got there. No. Too short, maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So here are the Bears banked up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their own 13. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The numbers on the ground for Foreman in last week's contest. 17 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. 3rd and long. It's Fields. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So 2 1st downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Again, he finds more. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Play action. It's Fields. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And they will score on pick six for the Bears touchdown. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick six there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Now the point after try for Santos. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. A gain of 3, second down. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. $17-0 our score after one. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Just paddled down long now to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. And he fires one incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Fields. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me at a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Here's a 2nd and 7. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll run for it with Dillon, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st, and the Bears will get the football back.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front They won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now Foreman. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Fields. And he rifles one incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Fields. And he caught it up. And the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Got Dobbs over the middle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Back to throw again. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And his kick here is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. But trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A run by Foreman to start the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Foreman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 3rd and 2, Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 39, Fields. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing again is Fields. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. On 2nd down now, Foreman. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. After the run by Foreman, here's 1st and 10. Now Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
The coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Shifts by him. There it's Stokes in on the tackle. A carry for Foreman. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you've seen what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run again with Foreman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but it's only half the battle because they got to get to him before you can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Here's Fields. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down. Credit Jaquan Brisker. He got a hit on that and knocked it free.
They certainly are running up today, partly because they've faced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bears take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the toss, here's Foreman. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go with the option. Coming right. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Back to throw. Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On second, and now a fumble. The ball's out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now at Soldier Field. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 3. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. Back to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll set up to throw. They'll complete this one to Watson. And they're going to get him down one short of first as he can only get this to about the 19. Just 3 yards on the catch there. Couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Bears will get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Here's Foreman. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. That's a run to run now. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time ramble there by Foreman. 68 yards on the ground.
So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
Yeah, he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Foreman, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packers offense set to go.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That'll be caught right side by Reed.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Chicago, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.